So hard lines there, Rangers. But they clear the ball lands at Kent. And Kent comes right across the pitch with the ball, beating about 4 Leon players before finding Patterson. Nice play there, Kent. On 92 minutes, Patterson's on the ball on our right, but he cannot find a pass forward. So he decides to come back towards our own goal. He stumbles a bit and is robbed. What can you say? He gets robbed, and that guy takes a chance, and then he goes, and the goalkeeper makes a tremendous save. So, really and truly, lessons to be learned there for Patterson. I thought he was a wee bit suspect there. Anyway, full time 1-1. I thoroughly enjoyed the game, particularly the way we played the game. Well done to the club, management, coaches, players, and the fans. Fantastic showing by all. I watched the game on BT Sport, and that commentator, Rob McLean, doesn't have anything about him except dislike of us. BT Sport broadcasting the punditry of Rangers European games from their stadium is a joke. Hopefully that'll be the last. Player by player. McLaughlin 7, Patterson 6, Goldson 7, Bassey 6, Barisic 6, Mara 7, Lundstrom 7, Hadji 6, Wright 7, Roof 6, Kent 8. Man of the match for me was Ryan Kent by a long way, followed by Glenn Kamara. Possession 50% each possession. Total shots 11 for Leon, 7 for Rangers. Shots on target 3 for Leon, 2 for Rangers. Corner 6 for Leon and none for Rangers. Fouls 18 for Leon, 9 for Rangers. And that is the end of A View from the Bridge.
Cheers for that, Bridge. Cheers for that. My pretty fair assessment of the game. I thought we were slightly better in the first half and the second half. I get your thing about Ryan Kent. I thought at times he was superb. The second half, I don't think he got the ball enough. It wasn't his fault, I don't think. But good summing up of the game there, Chaffer.
Yeah, great summing up, Bridge. Thanks very much for that. I thought that was brilliant, very fair. I thought we were brilliant last night, Ox. Brilliant, maybe. I thought we competed incredibly well, and I think a draw was a very fair result on the evidence of play. Clearly, we saw them a few months ago at Ibrox, and I remember having a chat with you guys on Rangers Radio about it, and I thought they were brilliant that night, to be honest with you. I thought they were a class above us. I don't think they were last night. I know they made a few changes, so did we. But I thought we controlled the game very well in the first half, Ox. Lost a wee bit of it on the second half. And I agree with the guys. What Bridge is saying there, Ryan Kent for me was the shining light. I thought Borna Barisic had a good game. I thought his distribution was very good, and I thought his control of the ball was very good. And he tackled very well last night, which I've noticed has been a big change in his game.
Apart from one moment in the game.
Yeah, the goal.
I think he should have shut him down. Gave him too much room for the cross, and he's done that a couple of times. Look, I know it's split-second decisions. I get that,
Yeah, I know. I spotted that, Ox, as well, and I'm up until then. I mean, defensively, I thought we were very strong, and I thought Connor Golson had a great game last night. He stood out like a sore thumb to me too.
Over the 90 minutes, I gave him man of the match, but Glenn Kamara and Kent were excellent in the first half, Bridge.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a massive value. We have a massive value player we've got in Ryan Kent. That was a masterful display put on last night. Very, very good. That last, something like 91 minutes, he's running across the pitch. Took 5 of their players on and beat them. And gave the ball to passing. That was great, easing the pressure, keeping possession, and doing what he can for the team. Everything brilliant. Unfortunately, young Patterson screwed up and nearly cost us a goal. But Kent, outstanding performance. His own game and his skills are incredible. He gave their right back an absolute roasting last night, and a few others as well.
What I enjoyed about Kent's performance was, it sounds very silly, Jeff, for forgetting about what went on in the first 90 minutes. His desire in the last couple of minutes, I've got to say, fair play to the boy. Yeah, we never get a goal for it, but he showed an appetite to go and try and make things happen so late in the game.
He did, Ox, and I thought that was the closest I've seen Ryan Kent back to the Ryan Kent that we all, we know he can, the levels that he can get to last season in particular. That's the fittest I think he's looked over a 90-minute match. It was great to see him on the pitch for the 90 minutes as well, I have to say. I thought all round, Ox, I mean, that touch in the first half, the director of the French football channel kept playing it, the one where they nutmegged the young lad. He got it for a variety of different angles. Brilliant, sublime, and I agree with Bridges summing up there. What a player we have when he's on that kind of form. He is a wonder to watch. He really is good on the eye.
Obviously, it was denied at the time, but I think we played Bridgman. I think we played Ryan Kent when he wasn't fit at the start of the season, and I think we paid a heavy price for it.
No, I can't disagree with you. I don't, and there's a lot of Rangers fans I know won't disagree with you either. There was just a couple of games we needed him in there, based on the management that has. Their decision was we needed him in there, and he's maybe been asked, "Are you okay for the game?" I'm okay because he wanted to. But you're right. I think he was pushed by himself. Really and truly didn't do himself any favours, and they went away injured. And he came back, and he's getting there. His match fitness is coming up and up and up. And my goodness gracious, if we can get him back to exactly where he was, or better than where he was 6 months ago, if you follow what I mean. What a player! What a player! That was a tremendous performance for him.
He is. He's a top player. He's a top player. And see if he'd another quarter of a yard of pace, Jaffa. I'm not saying he's slow by any manner of means, but what he's got the desire when he's got the bit between his teeth. He's got the trickery. He can be a team player at times, and then he gets away from people. And if he can just, I don't know, get a bit of pace, and I'm not saying he's slow, but just to move his game to a whole different level, because he goes away from people so easily, Jeff.
It does, Ox, and I know exactly what you mean. It's just that like tenth of a second at bummer level when he needs to turn the bummers on. He just does. You're right. He is not slow. I mean, I would imagine he must be in the top 3 over 100 yards in our squad of players. He'll be up there. But I do, when you see other elite footballers around Europe in particular, when they have that real turn of pace where they can absolutely, I mean, don't get me wrong, Ox, he can do that with a bit of trickery. That wee ball for the goal, where the goal started when he just dinked it over the 2 defenders.
Superb.
Only Ryan Kent sees that ball, Ox. Only Ryan Kent sees that pass. And then Glenn Kamara, he added he added the ingredients to it, where he just sat that fella down, and that was a great wee move, because Kamara's great at that blind dummy, isn't he?
I've got to say,
it's fabulous.
Scott Wright must be the only guy to score in Europe, when his shot was that bad, his values went down.
That's cruel.
That's a bit cruel, right enough. But
I bet you after the game, I bet you get dog's abuse about that shot. I bet you went you in the dressing room.
It was like a belly flap shot, wasn't it? It was when you dive into the swimming pool.
I wouldn't have said anything to my teammates. Now, you're right. I would have torn right into them.
You're no claiming. I can imagine you if I walked in claiming that goal, Bridge.
Aye. Wow, that ball was going past the post, but look at me. I never saw it at different angles,
Post. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get these phone lines opened, and then as soon as we open the phone lines, we'll hear for the manager. How's that, Grabbies?
Sounds brilliant. Great to hear for the Bears.
Right, here. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Hi, Giovanni. First of all, any injury updates? Anybody coming back for Sunday's match?
No, we don't have anyone back from injury. Of course, we have Morelos and Sakala back from the game from Lyon. Ryan is still out, Ryan Jack for the game, and we have to assess Kamar Roof. It's a doubt as well for Sunday.
You must feel in a really good place after the result last night, and the players that you managed to bring in and give some game time to as well?
Yeah, very much. I mean, it's it was a tough match. We had some rotations in the team, but I think it didn't change the way we played, the intensity we played, and overall the game plan we had. So I'm very pleased with the performance, especially away in Europe. I think we did really well. And so that's, for me, we left Lyon with a positive feeling. And today, recovery, and tomorrow we work on our game against Hearts. So it's very short time, but we will be ready at 12 o'clock on Sunday.
Hi, Giovanni. Giovanni, you mentioned last night that Ryan has suffered a setback. Can you tell us that is it the same injury that he suffered a setback from, and is it a concern that this is happening again?
Well, we still, I don't know if it's the same injury. He had a moment the last training before Lyon. In the end of the session, he went off the pitch with a problem. So we have to. We still are diagnosing the problem, and once we know more, we can tell about the injury he has. But so far, he will not be available for Sunday. And hopefully he will join us soon. Hopefully, because he's working hard. Of course, didn't have much game time the last months with some injuries. So for him personally, it is of course not a good moment, and for us as a club also, because we don't have Ryan Jack to be available for games.
Can I just ask about, obviously you're through now to the knockout stages of the tournament. Would you fancy a return to the Camp Nou?
Me? Of course. I mean, we have to wait to see the draw, but if you are in this stage of the Europa League and you see the teams involved in the draw, I don't have a preferred team. Just wait and see who we're gonna face. But there are definitely some teams. It will bring some memories to myself.
Giovanni, going back to the squad that you have and some of the players that you've managed to get in already, a player that lots of people in Scotland are very excited about is Nathan Patterson. Can I ask your thoughts on what you've seen so far in working with Nathan, and perhaps how likely we are to see more of him in the coming weeks?
You have a beautiful dog. I see your dog coming into the screen. I'm really happy with Nathan. He's a young player, very talented. Of course, also international for Scotland. And you can see what he brings to the team, especially the right fullback position. I have two players I can play there, which contribute a lot for this team. And also his performance yesterday was really good, and I'm really happy with him, and looking forward to work with him for a longer time, and to develop Nathan as well into a better player. So he gives me a lot of energy, and he gives he puts a lot of energy also in training, in games, and he wants to learn. So I think that's very important for a young player, that he wants to improve himself every day, and Nathan is definitely one of those talents.
And you're obviously very early in your tenure, 5 games unbeaten. Though, what's been the most pleasing aspect of what you've seen so far from your team?
Well, I think picking up, my the way I want to play. Some principles I want the team to show every game, and they are very open in playing with some new ideas. I think for them it's also refreshing, and I think we have a nice atmosphere within the team. It's a very competitive squad we have. I think we have a good balance in the team, and we just have to make sure we're working hard every training and every game to get the result we want. I think that's where it starts, and that's what I want to see every game.
Hi Giovanni, Calvin Bassey put in another impressive display at centre-back yesterday and continues to look quite accomplished in a position he hadn't played all that much before. Do you think, looking long-term, that could be his best position, given the attributes he brings in that position?
Yeah, well, I haven't seen him play a lot as a left back. I saw some footage, but of course, you know, in my 5 games here, he played as a central defender. So I'm really happy with him. He's got everything for a modern defender. He's very quick. He's good in the air. Physically, he's really strong. And you know, we were just working on him with his building up play. But he's a very good kid. And like Nathan, he's open to learn new things, open to be better every game. So those kind of players will give me a lot of energy to work even harder with them.
And you've spoken previously about the importance of obviously adapting to different opponents, game upon game. Given Hearts' start to the season, the difficulty of going to Tynecastle, how do you and your team approach this tie at Tynecastle on Sunday?
Well, like we always do against every opponent, watch a lot of footage of the teams, prepare the team well in having the ball and also defending. So you know, that can be different against every opponent we play, but you know, we can expect a very difficult game. So, but I'm sure my players will be prepared to face this challenge as well.
Hi, Giovanni. Going back to your appointment of Dave Voss, where he obviously has had experience with young Ajax and other roles that he had at Tecum Centre. Are you going to use him purely for the first team, or are you going to try and use his experience to perhaps provide some guidance to the teams underneath the first team?
No, he will be. I brought him as my assistant, so he will be working with the first team only. But of course, you know, we are always in good connection with the academy, and so that relationship is there. But his main focus will be working with me in with the first team.
And also looking forward, you've got 8 games in December. And then you come to January, where you might possibly have 3 players away on international duty with Nigeria, and particularly the back line. Does that mean psychologically you might look to play them more in December, or to try some other lineups to get that sorted for their absence?
Well, I think we know there's the African Nations Cup coming in January, but that's something for January. I just focus on the games we have with Rangers until the 2nd of January. That's now number 1 priority. So, and that's my focus. I'm not thinking about resting those players because they play in the Africa Cup. The main focus is to get 3 points every game we play with Rangers.
Thank you, Giovanni. You mentioned earlier that the players have been very receptive to the things you've been telling them. What in particular has pleased you most about the way they have taken on board your principles and your ideas?
I think all of them. I mean, it's as I said, you know, we have to be playing as a team. So when we are attacking, when we are defending, I like to be in control of games. And, you know, sometimes in difficult games, you don't have the control. So in this case, to get the control back, really understand the different moments in games, when to attack, when to make it compact, and make sure we are using our strengths every game. And making sure we expose the weaknesses of the opponent, and that can be different every game. So we preparing the team also a little bit different for every game. So the Hearts preparations will be different than the Livingston one or the Lyon one. So my players also have to be really sharp in the team meetings and training sessions to be ready for the game and execute the game plan.
On that, what are the key things you'll need to show to get the win at Tynecastle on Sunday against a team who have been playing very well?
Well, I think we have to, as I said, we have to be very strong on the ball. I think this is a difficult place to come, so they will put pressure on us, and which we did really well against Lyon. Lyon wanted to pressure us also really early and really high. I think we were very in control by then and make the right decisions with the ball, so we could go away from the press at good times in the game, and be defensively solid to also make sure that Hearts cannot be dangerous in the box. So we have to have a good overall performance and be at the top of our game to have a good result on Sunday.
Thanks for that, Fox. Very honest, again, like the previous regime, does they try and fluff it up, Jaffa? There's no the big boys are picking on the wee boys. It gives you a good assessment, huh?
Just football talk. Ock's great insight to some of the decision making that he's making, some of the things that are going on in the background with the team. Very honest about Ryan Jack and the situation. As you said, just great information for the fans and for the fan media guys that are in attendance there. Very brilliant. He talks brilliantly. His English is tremendous, I have to say. Much better than my Dutch. That's one for sure.
Better than my English. Bridgeman.
The man has got very similar. He's carrying on from the manager's press conferences that we had under Gerrard, which I thought were excellent. He handled the press excellently well. He's maybe overall he's a better speaker about the football than Gerrard was. But I think we've got continued the class at that level. Let's put it that way, with a capital K. Absolutely brilliant. Great interview, and misses nothing. Doesn't try to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. He tells you God's honest truth as he sees it, and that suits me fine. I think it's fantastic. I'm so excited. I can't say any more.
Well, obviously mixed news on the injury front. Ryan Jack, hopefully it's just a minor setback, Jaffa. Kemar Roof injured again.
Yeah, I know. I just heard that, Ox, maybe about 2 hours ago. I was kind of, really down on my thoughts on that. He's only just back. He was probably not even back to match fitness, and he's out again by the looks of it, which is a real disappointment for not only for us but as a team, but for Kemar himself, because he just can't seem to get a run of games together. And it's a bit like we were chatting there earlier about Ryan Kent. It's amazing the difference when you see these guys getting 3, 4, 5, 6 games, and you see the sharpness starting to come back. And it's the old adage about talking about match sharpness doesn't really come unless you play matches. And Ryan Jack, I hope in the kids' lives it's a minor setback and it's just precautionary. He's maybe just feeling a wee twang or a wee feeling in the back of his calf, but he needs to get it checked out and take it from there, Ox.
Aye, I hope everything goes well for Ryan Jack. He deserves a break. Kemar Roof, I'd hope for that's just a knock as well. Maybe miss one game. Heavy schedule coming up, Bridge, so maybe makes sense. You've got to be cautious.
Also got to be fair with the players as well. We don't want any players getting dragged in when they don't need to. I think Roof, I don't know what he's injured, to be perfectly honest with you. I haven't even read about it, to be honest. So is it something to do with his Achilles or what? You know?
I don't know the details, man. I don't know the details. We'll check it out so we can find it for you.
Yeah, I'm happy. Just, as I said, I don't like to see any other players going off injured or even reporting injuries, So, but I think Roof's a good player, and whatever it is, I hope he shrugs it all off. And obviously, Ryan Jack, that we need to take care of him. They need to take care of cotton wool, lots of it, and get him wrapped up in it. no matter what happens, wrap him up. If we have to wait to the end of the season, so be it. Let's wrap it up so don't hurt him. Don't let him hurt himself either.
Aye, you're better getting it right than having a lot of false dawns, Jaffa.
Yeah, aye, especially at this crucial stage where he's back in training and he's back out in the training pitches and he's got contact with the fellow players in the first team, because these guys don't hold back, Ox. They can't. It's impossible for them. You know, training's training. At the end of the day, it's got to replicate what happens at pitch side on a Sunday or a Thursday night. So it's tough. It's hard for guys coming back from injuries. But Ryan Jack, we just need to. You're right. Totally echo that 100%. You know, we've waited this long for him. Another couple of months wouldn't really be the end of the world.
As long as the boy's right. As long as he's right, you know.
Exactly, and he is. I mean, you forget how. I still think Ryan Jack's a young lad. I mean, he's only 28, 29. He's still got a good part of his career in front of him, Ox.
Aye, top on for him. Ryan Jack's an asset, you know, an asset. He gets it. He gets the club. He's one of our leaders, you know. But,
yeah.
What's your more?
And he looks great as well, I have to say. I thought, not like some of the other guys you see coming back from injury on the other side of the city. He looked brilliant. He looks, toned. He looks healthy. He looks, just like the Ryan Jack that left us. when he went out injured. He's a good lad, Ryan Jack.
I never really looked at him that close, but I'll take your word, Jaffa.
Everyone and anyone, Ox, as you said the other night.
I don't think he meant it like that, but.
Neither did I.
Good luck, Ryan Jack. Good luck, Ryan Jack. And if you want to send a selfie to Jaffa, carry on, yeah? Right, okay, get on the phone lines. Give your thoughts on last night. Give your thoughts on Sunday as well, because we've got to start building up to that. Bridgman, here's a question for you. Did you imagine us finishing second in that group after the first two games?
After the first game, just the first game, I thought, no, it's not going to happen. And then, of course, the second one, disaster. So, you see that and you go, gee whiz, what is that about? What is wrong with us, And then all of a sudden it all turns, and it turns in a tanner. And there we are, we end up second in the group. A wonderful position to be in. Well, a game to spare, which is fantastic.
And it is a group, it's a league, and it's where you end up. It doesn't matter what you do in the last game when it's finished, it's where you end up, Jaffa. That's the rule.
Yeah, that's the rules of the game, and obviously you can't. Your group doesn't replicate other people's groups. Your group's your group. Like you, Ox, I after watching the Lyon game at Ibrox, back in August or whenever the first game was, I didn't have a lot of high hopes for us, and then obviously when we got beat over in Prague, I kind of at that level you think it's a 6-game tournament. To turn that around has been a remarkable, and all credit to the players. Really, I mean that. All credit to them.
I hear you. The only person that had high hopes for this Bridgman was Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra, and he's high hopes for himself as well, truth be told. He's got high hopes. Well, from a European, start of the European tournament stuff, getting bumped to the Champions League was a bit of a blow for us, that's for sure. But we picked up and we went on, and here we are. We're through to a wee playoff. It'll be a big playoff, depending on who it is. And I'm no, to be perfectly honest, this year, I think it'd be wonderful. We got a big scalp and treated them like that and tore right into them and beat them. And I would love it to be.
What's your preference?
My preference right now, I would just love it to be Barcelona.
Barcelona, a big glamour tie, would you?
Well, in my opinion, it would be a fabulous glamour tie. But of course, the glamour isn't there now at Barcelona. The guys that were, to me, over the last 10 years, the Messis and the Neymar and people like that, they were just fantastic players. Even that French boy, God almighty, Griezmann, they're not there anymore. So Barcelona, I don't know if Barcelona are anywhere near as good a team as they were. And obviously, if they're in if they drop down to play us, then they're not anywhere near as good a team as they were 2 years ago. So I'd love it. Imagine if you got them with Messi playing. Oh my God almighty. Wouldn't that be wonderful to see Ibrox full? Fabulous, just fabulous. That's what I would like Barcelona.
What's your choice, Jaffa?
I had a good look through the 8 teams that are in opposition to us and who we could possibly get. I picked out the kind of 4, what I would say, or maybe 3/4 of what you would say we would probably have a really strong chance. I think Sharif was one of them. I can't remember who the other one was who I saw. I mean, I watched the Atalanta game last night. They were a bit ropey. But yeah, the glamour one's obviously Barcelona, and I watched their game on Tuesday night, Ox, and I mean they weren't great. I'm not going to lie, they weren't great. It was nowhere near the kind of level of years gone by. But for the glamour, yeah, and probably selling tickets, and no doubt from a hospitality and revenue point of view, the club would make a fortune if it was a Barcelona. Dortmund, I'm not that keen on. I think they look the strongest team for me out of that group of 8 teams. They look as though they've had one bad result in the group stages and probably shouldn't be there.
Aye, I don't get that. I think I would take Sheriff. I would like us to progress, and I think that could be my best chance of progressing. Yeah,
yeah. Similar, Ox. I can't remember the other 8 teams that are in it. Sharif, Dortmund, Porto is another one who we've played recently, and Leipzig. I think I know they're German, but I still think they're not far away from where we are.
Right. Bridgeman, just for information, I got a message from Mr. S. Kipper. Frank played at Ibrox once and wasn't asked back, so he could have been that good.
That's a good one. Another good. Well done, Skipper. Well done. He played once at Ibrox, never asked back.
Was that the night we parked the bus?
Yeah, that's exactly where I'll be. Yeah. What was it? Did he no mention as like non-football or something?
That was Messi. That was Messi that said that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Non-football.
Only because Big Papax never gave him a kick.
Yeah, Big Bassy done all right on that same front last night, didn't he? With another apparently world superstar.
I think Big Bassy's grown in his, centre half. I don't know what he'd be like in the air, because that's not the strong point he's got, but he's getting more confident, more composed, and he's grown into position. I don't know if Golson's talking him through it. And all right, he scored the own goal last night, Bridge, but that can happen to anybody. And actually, I was annoyed with Warner at the time, and still when I see it today, I thought, Warner, just get a yard closer and make it more difficult for the guy to cross it in. But I saw small margins for football in it.
Well, you're right. Barisic should have been in tighter with that, most assuredly. But they're beautiful players. Their foot movement's excellent. And when they take one or two steps, there's menace in every step they take at that level of football. And I think Big Bassy was unfortunate. He's tempted to stick his foot out, and he did. And if he keeps his foot away, that ball's going right across the park. Nobody near it.
Do you know something, Bridge? I'm going to say something. I'll go to Jaffa after you. I actually think scoring that own goal will do Bassy a favour. It will show him that sometimes you have to leave things, and sometimes you have to get your feet right. And all these small things are to take your game to the next level. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree 100%. He was playing it. I think Golson was directly against the big, what's his name? He used to play for them.
He wasn't so good when it wasn't Rob Kiernan.
Exactly, I was just about to say that there. He wasn't against a Rangers reserve team or anything like that. And can I just say this to you? From the bottom of my heart, I was delighted that Leicester City get put out. Absolutely delighted. That was a great result for mankind.
Jaffa.
Yeah, I think Big Bassy's he looks very confident last night, Ox. He was really, battling away with Dembele on a number of occasions. Didn't let him get past him. He's a strong lad. I thought Golson, as you say, I thought the two of them looked well together, Ox. I know he's not a natural centre back, and you guys are speak about that regularly. I'm sure he'll move back out to left back when Hollander comes back. But as it is at the moment, look, none of us are complaining too much about it. I don't think you can blame the big lad for the own goal. He wrong place, wrong time, and put his foot out. It's a natural instinct. You try and deflect the ball away, don't you? Mm-hmm. And I have to say, the lad that put that ball in and probably should have been credited with the goal was their best player in the park. Shirky, I think his name was. 18 years old from the academy. My word, he looked brilliant. What a player he looked. But as tasty as Ryan Kent on the other side, the two of them looked like great footballers. But Ryan Kent would probably have won a few admirers last night, Ox.
Yes. His trickery and with the clips. Yeah. When you see the skill in that, he possesses some talent, Kent. There's no doubt about it, and when he's on form, he's great to watch, Bridgeman. Eh?
Can I just add something to what you said there? Not in Scotland. No admirers in Scotland.
All right.
I know. Only when we go abroad, Ox. Bridge. The guys abroad, the football guys, the guys that see football properly.
The world, when they saw that performance last night, would sit up and say, "My goodness, that's a lovely player." Just like we're saying about the young lad from Leon. But we're admiring football. We love to see good footballers.
So what you're saying to me, Bridge, is he doesn't cheat, he doesn't dive, he doesn't try to get his fellow pros sent off. Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's what it looks like, yeah.
Okay,
it sounds like that in Twitter. No, absolutely, you're right. Absolutely. No cheating, no diving.
Come and join us. 0141 356 1972. Phone up. And come and join us. And what can they speak about, Jaffa?
All things about Glasgow Rangers.
Okay, here. Were you happy last night? Contented? I wasn't feeling it before the game. I didn't feel nervous for obvious reasons. But once the teams come out, you get the battle fever on, Jaffa, and you want to win. You always want to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what being a Rangers fan and being part of a club of our stature is all about. Ox, the guys still. I listened to Scott Arfield today, and he was very much echoing those words entirely. Rangers. Every game we play, we've got to win. If you're asked to come out and play, then you play your part. If you're not in the team, you take your medicine. You sit down and you contribute to the team and the harmony within the team to make the team better. Great words. Scott Arfield there, another guy, come on last night. Wasn't his best, cameo, but tried his best. I mean, I think we ended up with 4-6-0 last night. I thought Craig Levine was our manager for a wee bit.
We couldn't. Like we seen last night, Roof can't play. He's not a lone striker. And then we tried a bit of Bakuna and a bit of Big Joe. By the way, when Big Joe come on, you could see the team getting a lift, couldn't you? When Bigger Evo just appears,
It took him a couple of minutes just to get in his stride. And once he got in his stride, they're a wonderful player. That's another one. Here he is, looking, who's he playing against? It's not some wee rubbish team. This is Leon, Olympic Lyonnais. Great side.
Yeah, and he took the ball through them a few times as well, Bridge. He worked his way through them. He got the ball under the goalie. He left the goalie stranded for a bit out in the right hand side of his box.
That's absolutely right. That's pretty cool. That's really
he I don't know what he hit it. I think he hit it with his pinky or something and just knocked it underneath him.
Just great to see. These are the type of Zox said. I get excited because it's my team, and I just love seeing them. I love watching my team in European ties. I just love it. I've done it for all my years. It's just great to watch, and the feelings you get are just tremendous. Just great. And last night was it. And when we scored, I couldn't contain myself. I just could not contain myself. I was singing and shouting and bawling. My wife was wondering what was wrong with me. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, what was I like? Unbelievable.
Your wife has been wondering what's wrong with you for years.
I'm not that calm, I mean, Jaff, I don't know if I say too much,
I think similar, Bridge. I kind of jumped up off the sofa and let a roar out that brought me my lungs when the ball went in, because it was just a brilliant.
It takes a lot to get him to move off that sofa.
Especially when they Christmas puddings at the New Yorks. Oh my word.
My missus said to me today, there will be no Christmas puddings in this house. No Christmas puddings. And I said, bah humbug. And she says, it will be bah humbug. I absolutely adore Christmas pudding, by the way.
You're going to have to store up for yourself, Bridge.
Oh, no, don't be daft. Don't be daft. You end up with a sore face. No, I'm not having that.
All right, I'll get you some and bring you some up.
Oh, dear.
I can smuggle one for you.
I need to be as well, I'll tell you.
You know what else I was looking at last night, lads? I was looking at the start of the game and throughout the game and after the match. You know how much I seen the logo and the branding when they came to Ibrox a number of months ago, and I'm going, I really like that Olympic Lyonnais badge, and I realised it was that beautiful red, white, and blue I liked.
Absolutely, there you go. And you know, I would suggest there's close to 50% of the teams in the world are red, white, and blue of some description. Blue and white, red and white. You know, it's just there. You know, it's just there. Very good. Very, very good. You've got me going again, boys. It's the colours that matter.
Yes, talking about colours, did anybody see the new strip? Well, a new top that's come out. I don't know if we call it a strip. It's a top that's come out, white one. Oh, it's a cracker.
I thought I saw somebody wearing that. Oh, it was an advert.
No, it's just come out. It's just come out.
Just come out. All right, okay.
Yeah, I'll see the boys get a picture in and post it in and let people see it. I thought it was nice. There you go. It's a retro. It's retro.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
I was gifted a beautiful wee early Christmas present yesterday, boys, from
George. Come on,
this is a family show. We don't want to know about that.
It's the best jumper. I felt like Noel Edmonds when I put it on last night. It's the best jumper I've ever had in my life, and I'm not joking. I've had it on all day today. I had it on all night last night. I never slept with it on, but I nearly did. And it's a beautiful follow Rangers Christmas jumper. It's a belter. Have you seen them?
Are you going to send us a photo? Take a photo yourself.
I'll need to get a picture and send it through. Technology is not my strong point, Bridge, as you well know.
I'm the same.
But apparently they're only in the shop. They're only in the shop, I believe, for sale. A beautiful family member went and picked me one up yesterday and gifted it to me. So I was smashing, cracking jumpers. And by the way, it's Castor label and it's on them all. You'll be pleased to know.
Right, okay. I'm just looking to see if I can find this top. There it said. It's right on the homepage. Oh, Stephen Davis's model on it. Just a T-shirt there. Let's see if I can.
Stephen Davis. I'm going into Strikers and Rangers.
Yeah, Stephen Davis. There we go. Put it in. Terry will put it in the lobby, etc. for people to see. There it's there for you boys. You'll be able to see it. I thought it was all right. You know. I'm not a man, but I'll get you a Christmas pudding. You can get me that, right?
Oh, dear. Oh, please. Kill me. Excuse me.
Right, okay. Right. Did you get it? Did you get it in the call there? Yeah. Right. So we're happy. We're in a good place. Giovanni's come in, 4 wins, 1 draw, decent draw as well. The juggernaut keeps rolling. Big game at Tynecastle, big game. Traditionally, a hard place for us to go in a tight park, which doesn't always suit us, Jaffa.
No, it will be a tough game. Ox will need to be right on it. I think Giovanni obviously has played there, all of his memories there himself. Hearts are going well. Let's not be kidding about it. They look a tidy team. They're all fighting for each other. So it's going to be. We're going to have to put in a performance on Sunday. I'm confident we will. I think we'll turn up. I think the lads that are picked for the 11 will turn up. We've got no major injury issues apart from the knock that with Ruth. Whether Ruth would even have played would be a debate for tonight, I guess. But listen, Hearts will be up for it, and we'll need to be up for it. It'll be a good game. It'll be a cracking game. Biggest game in Scotland at the weekend.
Yeah. What's the Rangers team going to be, in Jaffa's opinion?
That's a very good question, Ox. I was thinking about this earlier on today. I mean, John McLaughlin, that old passing, we've not really touched on it, that passing round about the park, round the back last night, did give my mouth was in my hands at times, a couple of occasions. Obviously, we know McGregor doesn't do that, but I think he'll go with McGregor on Sunday. And I think the back five pretty much picks itself. Barisic, Bassey, with Golson, and obviously Tavernier will come back in for me at right back. Middle of the park, I think you'll see Glenn Kamara. I think you'll see Stephen Davis, and I think you'll see Joe Aribo. And up front, I think it'll be Kent, Morelos, and that's the debate on the other side. Does Aribo go up one, or is it Hadji who comes in?
Any place for Sakala, no?
Is he not injured?
No, they were arrested. Tim and Sid.
Okay.
Both on yellow cards, Bridge, last night.
Yeah, I remember now. That's correct. Well, thank you for reminding me. Thank you.
So I don't know, Ox. I don't think so. I don't know because I'm no Ox. I'm not going to lie. I'm not too familiar with Hearts' back four. Whether it's pace that beats them or whether it's brute strength. If it's brute strength, I think obviously Alfie will be put in there to ruffle them up. I think we all still agree that he's our number one striker, isn't he?
Aye, man. It depends what we go. If we go 4-2-3-1, or do we go 4-1-3-2? It depends what we do. I mean, if that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, because he's been playing that 4-2-3-1, Ox. I mean, I think you've picked up in that yourself, haven't you?
I think you'll have two sitters. I think it'll be Glenn Kamara and Stephen Davis personally, and then you could have in front of him Brian Kent, Joe Aribo, Ian Other, and then Alfie up top. And then that right hand side of the pitch, Hadji's had it the jersey lately. Whether he'll get it in the tight park, I don't know. Would you play Lundstrom there? Or I don't know. Lots of conundrums for his bridge man.
Well, I think your words there about having Lundstrom in, I think that would be quite wise because he can look after himself. Because it's going to be tough, particularly just on the grass level. It'll be very tough. People go in and nobody fear to go in. And there's a lot of fouls that can't happen and just ignored, and typically in these games. I think what Jaffa was mentioning, pace, I would definitely not. I wouldn't think twice about putting Sakala in alongside Morelos if that was it, because he needs pace. We need pace up front, and we need to do that. The only way you'll beat the big Suter and his companion, the boy who used to play for us, unless if I can remember his name for the life of me. Centre half. He went to Hearts for Livingston. But he wasn't a bad player with us.
Craig Alcott.
Hello.
How we doing, Jock?
No bother, mate. No bother.
Nice to hear from you.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I like it. As I say, we me living in France now, then I can get the sort of the vibes, especially last night. A lot of the French guys last night were like,
Listen, Jock, you've got the show on in the background. Can you turn it off? We can hear ourselves.
Sorry, mate.
That's all right. No, you're.
All right, I've got to switch off. Hang on a minute. I'll come out. I'll come out. Right, I've come out. Is that better? Is it?
That's it.
Excellent. Yeah. No. I just started ringing up because with me living in France. Mm-hmm. Then even with the game last night, I live next to Rennes because everything with that with the French, that the especially Rennes that there because Celtic played Rennes a few times. I went 2 games. Right. I supported Rennes against Celtic. But last night the French guys, the Rangers, they looked good. You know what I mean? And they said, it was all right against him. Uh-huh. But I was ringing more to really to ask people. Obviously, we were all really disappointed when Gerrard left. Yep. And I was more thinking, was it a blessing in disguise, really? Because this season we were sort of like, they all stumbled along. And Gerrard, hats off to Gerrard, he did what he did. and I was just more asking the question to everybody out there, was with Giovanni coming in, has he actually filled the gap that was missing this season? And
good question. Good question. Jaffa, I think he's saying, was it stale, and has Giovanni improved this? Jaffa?
I don't think you can disagree with that, Ox. I mean, the evidence is there to back that up. I mean, I know we were all debating that in the early weeks of, when Giovanni came in. The thing that I think we all collectively agreed on was that the candidates that were out there, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst stood out head and shoulders above anybody else, being an ex-player, being loved by the Rangers fans. But not only that, but more about his career and the ability of the guy. And I'm glad he's now our manager, and I think he's grown into being a Rangers manager, which it took Gerrard time to do that. But you've got to say Giovanni Van Bronckhorst seems to have the tactical side of the game, the football side of it. I think a better hand on that. It looks steadier. I like the way he's setting his teams up. There's a bit more conservatism about it, which I quite like. But he's getting the flair players on the ball when he needs to. I think it has been a blessing in disguise, Jock, to answer your question.
Yeah, because the thing is, even simple things like somebody on the post. I mean, Davis last night. How many goals we lose this season because nobody's on the post? That was weird. You know what I mean? And for me, I think players are going to have to go, obviously, financially, but I think it's going to go back to the 90s and all that, when the last Dutch manager. I think it's going to be good. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, hats off to fucking the other side. They're sort of getting their shit together, but
what's your line, what's your line, Mitch?
I know. Oh, sorry. Sorry. They're sort of rebuilding quicker, and it's good. Because I want a challenge. Last year was too easy. I want a challenge, but I think, with Joe being there, it's gone. Gerrard, I love Gerrard. We all love Gerrard. He changed our club, but I felt Gerrard this year, he didn't have a plan B, where Gio's come in. And, I think he's got a plan B, C, D, E, you know what I mean? And if we've got to sell some players to get some of his players in, I think it's going to be, I think the future is going to be bright, you know what I mean? So that's where I speak about, blessing in disguise, Well, it was heartbroken Gerrard left, but I think we've got to do well.
I don't think you're alone in that. The thoughts, Chalk. Right, I'm going to ask you to go on mute and you as well, Chalk, because we're going to have a tune.
No bother, mate. Ciao.
My arm. Who's that team they call it? Just who's that team they all adore? They're the boys in loyal blue and the Scotland Yard, and the head to show the world what they can do. Some people say the Real Madrid's the biggest football team. I've even heard the Anderlecht's the best they've ever seen. The Manchester
01413561972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
And welcome back to Rangers Radio. I'll need to step in for a couple of minutes as Ox has been taken away for a couple. Good evening, Jock. How are you doing? You there, Jock? Never mind that. Are you there? No, I'm afraid he's not answering at the moment. Jaffa, yourself, what's your team for Sunday?
I think I was saying there, Fox, I'm going to go with, I think he'll revert back to McGregor back in goal. And I think the back four picks itself at this moment in time. Middle of the park, again, depending whether we go 4-2-3-1 or we go back to the 4-3, I think looks like Giovanni for league business. I think he prefers this 4-2-3-1 with the two sitting midfielders, gives a bit more protection to the back four, and obviously seems to have had an effect on the amount of goals that we've stopped losing, which is a great thing. And also the width on the wings with the two guys out in the wide areas. He's played both Sakala out there, obviously Kent will be there. So it depends what he wants to do up front, Fox. I'm not sure whether he'll go with Morelos or whether he would put Sakala in. I think probably, personally speaking, I think he would go with Morelos, and I think he'll go with Kent, and you'll probably see Hadji in there as well, I would imagine, with Aribo and also Kamara.
Good points, Gaffer. Good points, mate. This right-hand side of the pitch for us, Bridgeman, if you like, the Candias sort of position, or the right-hand side of midfield, that's the jersey we don't seem to be able to get the bit into the jigsaw, Bridgeman, eh?
Yeah, I was hoping that's what you call him, Lundstrom would do. He would fill that wee gap that's there and be able to play football and be a link man there. So if Taft's running up, he'll be able to do the business. I mean, Candias used to fall behind him and let him run. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I don't know if Lundstrom's that well thought of now at the moment. I think he's a smashing player. I think he should be fighting for in there. But the Bakuna boy he looks as if he's got some great nice touches, that boy. And I don't know whether he would fit in there as well, you know. So I'm disappointed that Lundstrom not playing. I don't see him playing in that position. But Bakuna might fit that.
It depends. I suppose Bakuna, if you two sitters. Hadji, he's played in every game. Van Bronckhorst picked this. Is Jock still with us? You still there, Jock?
No, I think he said ciao to you.
All right, he's still there, mate. He's still there. He's still on mute. Aye.
Maybe his wife's battering him.
Just to let you know, Bridge, that doesn't happen in every house. Just you.
Is it not? Okay, I'll have a question on that one, Jaffa.
It has happened, but it hasn't, not for a while, I have to say. You know, we seem to have ironed things out in that respect. I think Jock's sitting there with a big ball of milk for guys. That's what I think he's doing.
I think so. Right, aye. Come and give us a call. Give us your thoughts. How the team's going to line up on Sunday. Would you make many changes, or would you go with the same players? I mean, I think there'll be a few changes again, Jaffa.
Yeah, I think there will be a few changes, Ox. I don't think you'll see Nathan Patterson on Sunday starting the game. I think Tavernier got a well-earned rest. I have to say, I've been one of these guys that have been advocating Nathan Patterson to get a start. I thought he did start well. He had a couple of marauding runs down the right-hand side, but I think they had a wee tweak to their system. They brought off that boy that scored the goal against us at Ibrox, and they brought somebody on just right on the halfway at half time, and I think that thwarted Nathan Patterson a wee bit last night. But I think, listen, James Tavernier's stats are absolutely second to none and cannot even be debated by anybody. The amount of goals that guy assists in is ridiculous. So I think you'll see James Tavernier back on Sunday, Ox. And I don't know up front. I think it's going to be Morelos, to be honest with you. And I think otherwise, bigger E-ball come back. I think you'll see I think you'll probably play with the two sitters.
Aye, I get it. I agree. Tottenham. Aye, I think you're right there, mate. I think you will play with two sitters. Talking about guys who never miss a sitter, we've been joined by old Davy. How we doing, Davy?
Good evening, boys. You need to excuse me, I've missed the first hour, so you need to fill me in and what the conversation's been. No doubt about the chairs, you know. So.
Well, actually, no, we had a change of subject tonight, mate. We started the show quantum physics.
Quantum physics.
In karma.
So,
this is better than the pavilion.
Anything you like on quantum physics? Carry on, Davy.
Well, I'm afraid I didn't. Well, you'll not understand it, but I never passed my quali. So. I just went to one of the dummy schools, you know. But they call them colleges and everything.
No, they don't actually.
Oh dear. How you doing, Davy? How's things?
Aye, I'm great. I thoroughly enjoyed the game the other night because there wasn't any pressure on it as to any outcome. But if I picked anything regarding the match that I would be concerned about, again, I think we've brought it up quite a few times, is the corners and crosses.
Fair comment. See, in the second half, they must have got about 5 headers in a row at corner kicks, Davy, yeah?
Oh, I mean, it's getting to the point. I mean, it happened against the Hibs. It happened in the next game. Everybody was seeing it. You're just waiting for a corner kick and shutting your eyes and hoping for the best. But I think he needs to get that sorted out, which is no easy.
No, because we're not a small team, but we don't have great headers in the ball, if that makes sense, Jaffa.
No, Hollander's the best at that, isn't he, clearing? A big Golson's not bad at it, but it takes a bit more than that when you're defending a corner. You need a good 4 or 5, one at the back post and one at the front post. Davis done well last night. He cleared one off the line, didn't he?
Yeah.
At the near post. So, yeah, I did. Ox, you're right. I'd actually forgotten about that part of the game, that wee phase where they actually looked as though they were going to score, didn't they? In fact, it looked a certainty they were going to score. With a couple of real near misses. And we just couldn't seem to defend it. None of them. Not one of them. I think, Davey, you're right. We didn't defend one corner last night.
That's worried.
Can I come in, Ox?
Yes, Bridge, of course.
Just to say that, in my opinion, I think the young lad is away out on loan at the moment, Katic. I used to enjoy watching him defending. He just gave it all. He in there and invariably got there and headed the ball. I think he's really good. And it's the same with the attacking. He's always good for an attacking header inside the opposition box. Scored a couple of goals for us. So you're missing someone like that who's no scared to get in and do it.
Aye, talking about somebody who's never scared. We've been joined by Andy Feelings. Evening, Andy.
Good evening, chaps. Hope everybody's feeling okay. All right, good. Hope you're all good.
Aye, fair on it.
I started getting strange messages on my phone today, mate. Very strange messages.
Well, let's just say he's been trying to tantalise me in the feed there, but it's not working right enough.
Oh, mate.
I think he's away for singing lessons tonight, to be honest with you.
The last time somebody made an impact, and there's a lot of similarities running about this time of year with their singing, and looks, it was Mr. Blobby, the Christmas #1, yeah?
Ox, I've got to tell you something. He actually had the odd...
You can tell me I can keep a secret. Carry on.
That's all right. I'll tell you. He actually had the audacity to actually send me a copy of him singing. You know, I just got to make it up. Yeah.
I get some strange messages on my phone. I get the same copy.
Right.
Yeah. The dogs in the street were running about and all disappearing, and they weren't getting out for walks. They could hear it.
Oh, dearie me! I tell you, I still can't believe he's done that. I really can't. It's not the now. It's what's coming the later. But you know, it is what it is, isn't it? He's on his vodka, I think, so he'll not begin at the moment, like, you know. So, but yeah, on the team.
Yes, mate.
On I'd like to go McGregor, Tavernier, Golston, Bassey, Barisic. My midfield would be Davis, Arfield, and Aribo. And up top, I would like to go Morales with 2 wingers, Kent and Wright. And the reason for dropping Kamara is he don't do too well at Hearts if you look back in the history. He has a couple of bad passes, but I think the one bad pass we actually lost the goal through it last time. So I'm just thinking that way, like, you know. So, you know, that's what I'd go. I wouldn't go that way, but that's where I'd like to go. I'd like to go at them with 2 wingers.
You're one for holding a grudge. We've not played at Hearts for about 2 years.
Aye, but I forget nothing, looks like you.
I thought I was bad. That's superb grudge holding. Jaffa.
I'd forgotten about that, Andy. I do remember.
Oh no, I've not forgotten.
He did get caught at Tynecastle. I don't know. I think they'll play with the 2 sitters, Andy. I've got a funny feeling because that seems to be the way Van Bronckhorst likes to set up domestic. I think the 4 domestic games we've had so far, he's almost given an extra layer of protection to the back 4, and also pushing and getting the width with the 2 guys. And this is something that we've not really done at Hearts. I don't think we've not played. They have not seen us playing with Kent right out on the touchline, and you saw that again last night. Kent was on that. He was hugging that touchline literally the whole 90 minutes, and you've got to say it pays dividends.
Can I just say, when I was on the phone to Giovanni, he did mention that, you know, he must have been listening to us saying we weren't playing wide enough. This is especially for you, Andy. Especially for you.
We've got Oxchair, Bridgeman, JFK and Fox set on technicals, old school blue. Rangers Radio through and through. And they're putting on a show for you. Merry Christmas, Rangers Radio, and to your listeners all over the world. We are the people.
Better believe it.
Especially for
That's
you,
good.
Especially for
well, I had a few the other night. I thought he said testicles right enough, but it's technicals, right? The man's not, I'll tell you. I'm lost at once, honestly.
There's a first.
Aye.
You think that'll make number 1 at Christmas, Davey?
I might be doing the Gorbals. Can I just say something regarding Andy's team? I would go with that all day long. Only I would have one change. I wouldn't play right. I'd put Sakala in with Morelos, because he's that boy, even though he's on as a centre, he still get pace out in the wing, and I think he's playing better than who than what Wright is. So I would go with Andy's team plus Sakala and Morelos, and somebody can keep up with the wee man.
Yeah, I would maybe go. My team maybe to start would be the same back 4 with McGregor and goal. I think Masty's realise that's the back 4, and the choice between John and Allen, and then in midfield I've had 2 sitters, Stephen Davis, Glenn Kamara in front of them. I would have Scotty Arfield, Joe Aribo, Ryan Kent, and I would start with Morelos up top, and I would have Sakala ready to come on for 50 minutes, ready to use his pace to get the 3rd goal for his Jaffa.
Good shout.
I like the side of that Ox. I do. It's got a bit of stability to it. It's got a right good spine, right up and down it. Great width, bursting for the midfield, especially with that forward 3, and a great protection at the back, which I think we're going to need, because it is going to listen. We're at home. As I said, I'm not saying we won't be in the game. Of course, we'll be in the game. It's Rangers at the end of the day, but Hearts will come at us, and they'll come at us quick, and they'll come at us fast, and it'll be all that 210 mile an hour football. Not like the kind of football we watched last night. So we'll need to be up for it.
I agree with you there, Kappa. Although I do think you're a bit of a sick with a Oxchair, I'll tell you that.
Aye, has been. It's because I know he's got a Christmas pudding bridge.
I love it. I just love it. Brilliant. No, I think the teams that have been selected are good, and obviously the the choices that we're going to have will be even better. So I just look forward to the time when the manager get a fully fit squad, everybody available, everybody wanting to do and go for it, Hearts is going to be a really tough game, and obviously
no lost a game at home this season, Bridge.
What's that?
They've no lost a game at home this season.
Yeah, and we need to go there and change that. And once again, as the Bridgeman likes to say, the next game is the biggest game of the season. This is it.
This is a big
go past this.
This is a big game, obviously we come after this, we'll get 3 home games, but that'll be Motherwell, away, Livingston away, Hibs away, Hearts away, and obviously that's 4 out of 6 games will be Dundee and Ross County, sandwiched in between it, so we then get going the 3 games at home, and we're hoping to pick up maximum points at home and there.
Yeah, that's the objective now, isn't it? And when we come through the Hearts game there on Sunday, that's another, like you say, another away game ticked off. So that would be good going forward as well. Like to see Rangers, get back to making Ibrox the fortress that it became last season, right enough, and he said it, didn't he, there the other day? We don't want teams coming here, going away with Ibrox, with nothing. Well, we've tossed points to Motherwell and Hearts, so let's hope we're turning that round. They'll come on top of us. You expect nothing less of them, but what have these days before with them, where they've come on us, but we've managed to get away a 2-1, and I think how it'll go. It'll be tight, but I think we'll get the result here. And another thing with the Hearts, records are made for breaking, aren't they? So let's get it broken Sunday.
Aye, well, we'll go 12 points clear and let's do it. Simple as that for me, Jaffa. Yeah, I believe one of the mainstays isn't playing in midfield.
That's right. I think he's out injured, doesn't he? The guy, the big fella that's been playing all season for him. He actually looks quite good. Is that the guy that's on loan?
Yeah, Bannigan. Don't know if is that right? Yeah.
I think that's. I think he's out injured. But arguably Sunday's our hardest away game of the season. Ox. You could say that Tynecastle's probably the hardest away fixture of the season. So if we get 3 points on Sunday, I'll be absolutely delighted. I'm with Bridge on this one. Biggest game of the season for me. I hope the boys are right up for it. I hope they're all tucked up in their bed tonight with their Horlicks and their hot chocolates and getting well earned rest and hopefully get right into them and win the battle. Locks. That's the other thing. Sometimes I think under the earlier on in the season, I think we were losing the battles quite early on in the games, and I don't think that's been happening at all under Giovanni. So hope he's got the team right up for it.
I hear you. Big game. Looking forward to it, Davey.
Oh, definitely. It's the thing is, every game is coming up now is massive. It's just everyone's they're piling up, and it's just every game you've got to win it. That's bottom line. As I said before, the thing that's worrying me is unless we can get the back sorted, then we'll get something to worry about. Because I don't think Bassey and Cole, I think Bassey's got a sort of doesn't know whether to go for the ball because Golson's there. And I've seen it a couple of times against Leon. They were looking at each other. And then they showed that because the big Bassey's playing well in his position,
He's doing all right. Listen,
he's doing great.
We've lost 2 goals since Giovanni come in, Bridgeman. The stats are improving in the defensive positions.
Well, and it can only get better too, Obviously, the last thing we want is don't want to lose goals. We can't afford to lose goals, particularly in the league. So, unless we're going to score more goals than we lose, but really and truly, we shouldn't be losing goals to any club, any team in this league. We shouldn't be losing them. We should be a far superior team, both defensively and in midfield. And any team that we play against, we should be better than them in those 2 areas. Might not score goals because of guys we've got are off form or injured or whatever, but from a defence to the midfield, we shouldn't be getting beaten. Particularly the way we give the ball away, far too easy in midfield when we're on the front foot, and then before you know it, it's a big cavalry charge back. So we don't want anything like that. But really and truly, I think we've got really good defenders. You watch the way our managers setting them up. And what a transformation the boy Bassey. I think he's just wonderful, a wonderful player. And if he keeps going the way he's going to be the man with the shirt. There are only very few people who will be able to take it off him. His performances have to tell him that.
This is a big game for him, Bridger. I think if he comes out there and he's still an integral part of the team, he's no moving.
Absolutely. Well, it's got to take a big push from someone to put him out.
Well, if you want to push him, you can push him. I'm not pushing him.
Well, you know what I mean. I'd have a go, but I think that the lad's he's got the touch. He just needs to, for his own sake, watch what he's doing and learn the ropes as quickly as he can and effectively. Other than that, he's playing very, very well. I've got no complaints about Bassett.
All right, mate. Cheers, mate. Andy, we've been challenged. Somebody said they're going to serve a lawyer's letter to us again. Yeah, not for the first time, but I think if there's any lawyer's letters flying about, it'll be to your mate for hurting everybody's eardrums.
Oh, listen, I've got a few hours of him going into the early hours of the morning. Geez, mate, he'll be telling me all night. Mind you, I'll tell you a story one when we get up there, like he sat in front of the the video call you did, and all of a sudden he just slid away and there was just a big blank screen there. He's gone. He's totally gone. me and William, like, so is he gone? Like, but half an hour later he was still gone. He just totally flapped out, like, brilliant.
That's the bowlers, no stamina.
No, well, he keeps telling me that I can't drink and all that, and okay, on you go. But no, he's a good laugh, but he really shouldn't have put himself. Oh, he's definitely up for a laugh. He should be on game for a laugh.
I like on that wee ditty that he's recorded that he's actually tried to attune you. If he's got that wispy voice, isn't he? He's almost kind of trying to Jaws Michael a wee bit, isn't he?
I was thinking that. What was him? Windsor Davis and the other guy who ain't half hot mum.
Yeah, Donna Snell. Well, listen, guys, you can tell he's been modifying it because, see, when he first came on and did it, if you listen to it halfway through, he's got a wee stammer in it. That was clearer, so he's been playing around me, hasn't he?
He's actually dropped Linda out his latest version. He dropped her. Linda's disappeared.
Oh, there you go.
It's an all-male cast.
Oh dear. Anyway, you go to laugh.
That vodka's got a lot to answer for, hasn't it?
It certainly has. Right, okay. A question for you. I'll start with you, Andy, then I'll go to old Davey. Is the confidence coming back to the team since Giovanni's appeared?
Yeah, I think so. I think it possibly came at the right time. Him leaving there, enough new ideas. If you listen to Arfield's press conference today, I thought that was fantastic. Very refreshing. They want to play for the manager, and it's cut 2 or 3 wins, and all changes done it. Although we've only lost the one game, and we're bumping with gums and all that, but I think there's a difference here. The first couple of games when they come on, they get it. The ones they had anything that were great against them, so I thought they were terrible, to be honest with you. And I thought we played all right in Europe, and then we slightly moved up the ways, didn't we? With the Dundee and last night, we already changes. They didn't do bad. To say that, a team of that standing in Europe, and I know they had a couple out, but as I said last night, the last 20 minutes, they weren't happy. They brought the big guns on to try and win it, and we held our in. Just a shame for the boy Patterson right at the end there, because I thought he played really well. But, these things happen. He's a young boy. But we've seen Tavernier make mistakes like that in Europe, haven't we? 2 against the young boys, the Swiss team, if you remember rightly, and we ended up losing the game. So,
Sandy Jardine, John Gregg, Richard.
Yeah, they've all done them. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I think there's a definite confidence coming in the team. Long way to continue. And I think we get a result here on Sunday. You're hopefully then thinking, right, the game's at Ibrox, this could really set us on a run, couldn't it? Get that, the points.
Yeah, if we do, I know it's one game at a time, as Bridge always says, Andy, but if you get this one, you then look forward and you think, right, these 3 are winnable, aren't they? These 3 are winnable.
I think this is a massive game, right enough. I mean, I've always loved the Rangers Hearts games. It's always been tight up there. back in the day when we used to go there, the atmosphere was great and all that. And I mean, I know we don't have, abundance of Scottish players in our team now, but I used to love the old raw Scottish football, hopping at them, go at it. Like, we did relatively well up at there. It used to be the mini stuff that we used to struggle back in my day. We used to get some bad results there, right, But no, we can get this one for me is a big one. I think we do this. As you just said there.
Do you think base teams fans, Bridgeman, will observe the minute silence for Jack Ross losing his job?
I don't think so.
I forgot about that.
There may be not even a round of applause. There may be a big song getting sung. That'd be amazing. That would. Imagine them even mention it. Oh wow.
Dear, oh dear. You've got to laugh, haven't you? You've got to laugh.
But
Right,
didn't it make you smile when you saw
it?
It
made me laugh. I'll go to the same question. Davey, you're obviously a connoisseur of tea, but football's not so good. But do you see the confidence coming back, Davey?
Well, I'm a great believer in if you keep winning, the confidence comes with it. And that's been shown when they went through the whole season. Okay, there was a few dodgy games in between, a different couple of things, but I think we're going to go back a wee bit and look where Broncos came in after Gerrard done a runner. I mean, that's been massive. And to get the ship sorted again at that time, that must give you confidence as well.
I get it. Jaffa?
Yeah, I think the confidence has come back, Ox. I think it's filtered through the play, and you can see it through the players, through the positions. The players are right up for all the. I'm not that they weren't before, but I think there was a bit of apathy, as I think I said before, settling in some of the games, the way we were setting up, and that lethargic playing and really pedestrian. All of that's gone, thank goodness. We're right up for the games, and like Andy said there, Hibs game we won the brilliant for the 90 minutes. We rode with luck on occasions, but listen, you've got to do that in football matches. But I think over the piece since Giovanni's come in, he's definitely brought a stability back to the team, and you can see that by a mile.
Yeah. Anyway, talking about people who are always stable, we joined by Robert. How are we doing, Robert?
Even Oxbridge, Jaffa, Davey, and my good friend Andy Felix. Hope you're all well, guys.
Robert.
Hi, Robert. How you doing, pal?
Hope you are too.
Good. Ox, see when you were getting your team out there, did I catch you right? Did you say you would have the same back four as last night, starting against Hearts?
No, I meant the same back four as everybody else. I don't know if I said it right. It would be Tavernier, Golson, Bassey and Barisic. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of choice,
Yeah, no, that's fine, because that's would be my back four with Alan McGregor and goals, and I would have Davis and Kamara, because I think you've got to a game list, you've got to get better players. Davis and Kamara, and then I'm going for, I think Davies' team might be the same as mine. Then I'm going for Aribo, Kent, Morelos and Sakala. I want the two wingers. I want to play Sakala and Kent, because I think let us go for them for the jugular. Let's go for the jugular right for the first whistle. No them coming on at us. As Jaffa said, 200 miles an hour. Let us go for them. And I want pace in that Rangers team. I want to go for this on Sunday and bury them.
I like it, Robert. I do like it, mate. Are you voting for the Christmas number one? Are you happy with it?
Going to do me a favour. Going to not play it again. It's like fireworks night here. My wee dog's under the bed.
Right, Foxy, get it on.
Oh no! I've got to give him 10 out of 10. Honestly, he's been taking a bit of ribbon this week on the show, and he takes it on. He's a top man. He's a top.
He's a fat man.
Well, a lot of dogs appearing on that show, isn't he?
We were going to get a chair and carry him onto the stage, but I don't think we'll be able to manage it. But anyway, fair play him. Aye, Robert, my team, that right hand side where Hadji's been playing for us. I'm not saying it's a problem position, but it's up for grabs if somebody comes in and does well.
Definitely, because I know you're not, but I'm a fan of wee Hadji, but I thought he was really poor last night, alongside with Kemar Roof. Thought he was poor. I didn't think the boy done himself any justice at right back. I thought his defending was shocking, to be honest. No bad going forward. But wee Hadji didn't date for me last night, and he's in a game, as I say, a game like this, I don't think this is a game for him. I think we need pace and we need more better players, so I wouldn't be playing Hadji on Sunday. Just my opinion.
Aye, okay. Jaffa?
I don't know, guys. You know, I think I said earlier on, Giovanni started him almost in every game. He's been in his team. I'm not sure what he's seen that we're not seeing, but you know, last night I thought Hadji was very poor last night. I thought, yeah, he was very poor. The ball was bouncing off him. He just couldn't get in the game. Like you said, Robert, so was Roof. He was also quite poor. The ball couldn't stick on him. But certainly with Ryan Kent, and that was a saviour last night. That was the outball, wasn't it?
Yeah. Jaffa, can I ask you, you're talking about Kemar Roof. I know injuries happen to all players, but I'm getting a bit disappointed with Kemar Roof. Allegedly, he's one of your highest earners, right? And he's a bit of an empty shirt at times, in my opinion. I know his numbers, goals ratio, and that is actually good, but it should be in Scottish football. But I'm starting to get a bit sick of him. See this injured all the time, because a wee international comes back injured. That's no good enough to me. Players with their earning and that, and then they're injured half the time. We're slag wee Morelos saying he's overweight, he's this, he's that. But one thing, he's like Tavernier and Goldstein. He'll hardly miss a game, and that's what you want. Players that are going to play every week, no play 4 or 5 games and then do it for 2 or 3. I'm getting a wee bit disappointed with Roof, to be honest with you.
That's the biggest disappointment, Robert. I feel exactly the same with you. It's so frustrating because Kemar Roof is a great footballer. There's no two ways about it. On his day, that shot last night, again, the one in the first half where he tried to curl it round the goalie right early on. Only Kemar Roof could probably pull that one out of the hat. But he just doesn't do enough for me, Robert. There's not enough consistency from him. And I think probably a lot of that comes down to his fitness levels. He's just, you know, as you say, it's in 1, he's out 2, he's back in 2, and he's out for a couple of games. There's just no consistency from him. And I think that's the big dilemma with Kemar Roof. You know, by all accounts, I think that's been, most of his career's been a bit like that, hasn't it? He's quite injury prone.
Talking about guys who's always fit. I've been joined by Alex for a short evening, Alex.
Good evening, Oxford, Bridgeman, Jaffa, Robert, Davey. I don't know who else is there. Everybody, anyway. Everybody.
Good to hear you, Alex.
Good stuff.
Somebody can talk sense, Alex.
You'll be glad that Alex Kelly's appeared. It takes the dairy off of your singing, Alex.
I thought Alec was absolutely wonderful. Good on him, by the way. I thoroughly enjoyed it. A good wee chuckle. Good on him. We've got a few good singers there, then, eh?
That's like the flying crickets.
We could maybe start a boy band, you know.
Oh, behave yourself.
You can take me out of that, then. You can take me out of that.
We're going to call it alternative 3 degrees.
I thought about potentially for the 4 tops.
Oh, God,
See, not that long ago, I've got to be really honest here. See that not long ago, Ardale Leeds will know where I'm coming for. Not that long ago, we wouldn't have let Alex Kelly on this show, but Rangers is new for everyone and anyone. Right, on you go, Alex. The floor's yours.
Oh, brilliant. I'm well pleased with last night's performance. I thought it did really well. And that was a top team we're up against there. Doesn't matter many players they had out there. They had quality, so I thought we'd done really, really well. And looking forward now to Sunday, because this is going to be a massive game and offer, isn't it? Yeah. Just a wee bit about the defence and that. We've got to try and cut out these cross balls at corner kicks. That's a bit danger there, because the 2 big centre halves they've got, Suter and Halkett, they're good in the air, like, you know, so that's the only thing I've got a wee bit of worry about. But the rest, I'm certain if we play at all, we'll beat them. But it'll be a game. It'll definitely be a game.
Yeah. Aye, if we play like we did against Hearts at Ibrox, we'll win comfortably. We'll put them ball, with this new system we've got, we'll put the ball in the net there, Alex.
Well, that was one of the right good games we had. And unfortunately, lost a goal in the last kick at the ball. But we've certainly, he's got a right good system going there. And everybody looks as if they're up for it now. Every one of the players look as if they're enjoying playing football. And they've definitely bought into Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. And as I say last night, I was really delighted with it. I know it was a game that kind of went either way at the beginning. There was nothing really at stake. Okay, the money in that, but for the football, both teams qualifying that, but I thought we played really, really well. And as I say,
can I ask you a question, Alex?
Yep.
Yeah, the young team, remember when you came on a few weeks ago when the previous regime packed their bags and disappeared into the night? They were gutted. How are they now?
Oh, they're definitely upbeat now because they can see now how the team's progressed, to be quite truthful. Because I said before, we were quite stale there, and it's maybe all coming back. There's something just wasn't right in there at the time. I look back now, I know it's not right to look back, but the Malmo game, I think, had a big factor because I definitely believed that's where the last manager wanted to be. And after getting beat with Malmo, we found out how they weren't in really good shakes. I've seen that. And I think that was maybe the turning point of it all. And I think that's when they started, what do you call it, throwing the pram sort of thing. And now we've got a guy in there that knows what it's all about. We Rangers Football Club, obviously been playing with the club in the past. And let's forget the football career he's had, experience, all the teams he's been with, Rangers, Arsenal, Barcelona. And the management side, it's definitely a step up for us. And it's worked out. Unfortunately, we thought it was the end of the world losing the last manager, but there you go. Football's turning around the other way.
I'll cut across you, mate. We've been joined by Ian and Rover. How are we doing, Ian?
How you doing? All right? Aye, fine.
Good, mate. What's on your mind, mate?
Just want to applaud the team for last night, even though there were different players in, and it was a dead rubber game, and they played well, and they played really well at times. And a lot of folk say there's nothing in it, but there's some cash in it, so there was something to play for in a wee bit. And as for Sunday goes against Hearts, I think we can beat Hearts. I think there's too much hype over Hearts now, because if you neutralise Mackay and Boyce, they're the two main threats in the Hearts team to me, because I was watching them a few times, and if you neutralise them, they're basically out the game then. They're only depending on that one big fella, and there's too many defenders running about him to do anything. So I know he's a busy tonight.
No, mate, that's a good point. Jaffer, in you come.
Yep. They do have a couple of dangerous players, and obviously the main danger from them is probably going to be at set pieces. Mackay, listen, he was an earth. He's one of us, so we know what he's all about. He's probably, if anything, maybe his game looks as though it's. He looks a bit more controlled as a footballer now, Barry Mackay. His age is as he's getting on with his career. So he's a decent player, Barry Mackay. I always liked him. But I think if we play Ian, if our guys turn up, and the team that Giovanni puts out there, and whichever the 11 is that he chooses, and the lads are up for it, I think if we, like we always said, we've got some smashing players on our team, some absolutely brilliant players, and if we play, we win. And I think it'll be a battle, but I think we will need to win the battle.
I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I think it'll be a tough match. It'll be a midfield battle. I think it's a midfield battle we can win. And with our pace out in the wings, if you play Sakala and Kent, I can't see what they can do to stop us. As I say, if you neutralise Mackay and Boyce, they'll get nothing there. Do you know what I mean? There is nothing there compared to us, that is. So I think we will win, and I predicted a 3-0 score for us on Sunday. So
take that. I'll take that.
Oh, I like that, Ian. Right, Ian, give your mates a shout out on that YouTube, mate. On you go.
John Rangers, RFC, Who else is on? Happy 69.
All right, every time, mate.
Eh?
Every time.
Aye. Christ, I just caught on there. I'm hell of a slow. I was thinking he'd got to give you a song, but after the last time I was on, I won't bother my shirt.
No, you need to sing now. You need to sing now, man.
Listen,
No, I'm not singing nothing. I'm going to get barred out of Scotland, never mind Ranger Radio. God.
69, is that not an ice cream?
Aye.
listen, I'll be honest with you. You're not the worst singer I've had on the show.
Oh, thank God. Right, well, thanks a lot, guys. I'm going to go because I know you're busy.
Cheers, Ian. You look after yourself, bro.
Right, see you after, right? Ta-ra.
Cheers, Ian. Yeah, what a man. I'll say it again. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If he's know what Rangers Radio's all about, I don't know what it is. Alex Favershot.
Absolutely. Great to hear him. Absolutely great to hear him. It's just exactly what you're saying there. Barry Mackay and the Irish boy up front. That's their threat. And I agree with Jaffa there. What do you call it? Dead ball situations, corner kicks and certain things get in. But Rangers, if they play, they'll definitely get the result. That's how I see it.
Aye. By the way, you think we had Hearts chasing shadows? We should have been, what, 3 or 4 nothing up? Maybe even more at Ibrox, yeah? You know?
5 or 6. 5 or 6, pal. 5 or 6.
Maybe even more. You know, it was maybe one of the most one-sided games I've seen all season, but we have to do it. We have to do it, Bridgeman. Yeah?
There's no other way. We've got to go out there and absolutely batter them. Batter them 1-0 will do me fine, but we have to win. We have to win the duels and the one-to-ones and win second balls, and that's where the fights take place. That's where the spirit's there. We've got to win them, even winning first balls and second balls. Absolutely imperative we do that. If we lose them, we lose again easily.
I think it's all about us taking our chances, Andy.
Well, you know my opinion there. I think, we get the first goal. I like Rangers to go and follow it up with a quick second one. I think that totally changes the game. I know no one have been doing it like we did in stages last season, right enough. But I think the pace, as Ian just said there, and David, I think that the pace is what will do these, you know. But I'm not saying that they can't defend them too, right enough. But if we keep pressuring and put it on, hopefully somewhere along the line they'll crack and we'll go and do our business there, you know. It'll be tough. I've got no doubts about it. They're going to want to, you know, turn us over, but it's up to Rangers to make sure that we're taller than them and we're going to turn them over, you know. So come on, as I say, let's do it. I'm really excited for this one, you know, Sunday, right enough. I just want to see Rangers go out there and, you know, lay the marker down. I'm not bothered the fact that we go 12 points in front of them. I'm just bothered that we stay as 4 points and hopefully get made in front of them. Do you get what I mean? That's my thinking. Could care less about that.
No, I get what you're saying. Aye, Davey. We play, we win. We put the ball in the net, we win. But you've got to do it, mate.
No, definitely. That's why I agreed with you what you were saying, and a lot of the other guys were talking about playing Hadji. You can't play Hadji, Matt. That game's going to go like a clapper. And you'll get more running out of Sakala, and if you want to take your chances, you've got to have Sakala up there with Morelos, but Hadji on the wing, that doesn't work for me.
Right, we've been joined by a caller. I'll ask you to get to your feet and give him a round of applause as he enters the studio.
No.
Good evening, buyers.
Tonight, Matthew.
I'm going to be just walk through a crowd of smoke.
Dear. Tonight, Matthew, we've been joined by Jeanette Cranky, I think.
No, Nicola Sturgeon had her thing earlier today. Listen, I've been in negotiations with Stevie. I've been in negotiations with
Listen, wait a minute, before you go any further, I've got you invited to a party at number 10.
Cheese and wine.
Yes. And you have to sing Last Christmas.
No bother. I'll sing Last Orders.
Carry on, mate. You're in negotiations with who?
With Southside and Stevie. We're going to, we're calling ourselves, no the 4 tops or the 3 tops, but Lager Tops.
Lager Tops.
Yesterday, man.
Brilliant.
You, Stevie, and that'd be right said Fred, wouldn't it?
We're too sexy for Rangers Radio.
Aye, too sexy for the land.
Oh, dear. You must be getting a bit of stick, brother, are you?
I take it, no problem, pal. It's water off a dog's back. But I tell you something, I listened to Bob Jerry the other night, I think it was last night, and he said something that was quite poignant. Listen, see if I'm making people smile out there. Bob Jerry said he's never laughed as much in a while, and after the year that man's had, if I made him smile and chuckle, and that I've done my bit for Rangers Radio, and that's what it's all about for me.
Well said.
Well said, Alec.
Yeah, Alec. It's a great community that you have on there, Oxford. You know, there's loads of different characters. Ian's just another one that adds to the family, and everybody contributes in their own way. So it's a special place. Keep it going, boys.
And they're all bangers. We're all bangers.
Particularly that one for Leeds.
I think it's a requirement to come on here, you know. You have to have something missing. Jaffa.
Aye, thanks for that, Ox. Yep, I'm a couple of sandwiches short as well. Yeah. It's a great place. I love it, Alex. Yeah, great contribution, mate. Your singing's brutal, but hey, it made me laugh, mate.
I know. That's the Burn Bank in his Jaffa.
Aye, exactly. Oh, listen, you'd get a gig in the club, no bother, pal.
You know, but I listen, mate. You're right. If that's all it does is make Bob Jers laugh, it's worthwhile, isn't it?
Definitely.
You know, I get your point. Good point, well made. And especially this time of year for people, it's always a poignant time, Alex.
Definitely, mate. We've all had a tough 18 month, 20 months with the COVID and stuff, you know, and just this is a time to get together and just kind of enjoy the moment, sort of thing. And if we're all doing that on here or watching our team or talking about our team, then more power to it. But own personal, lost my mother-in-law a few weeks ago, so it's going to be a tough Christmas for the missus. But we'll group together and we'll carry on and be as one. So it's a poignant time of the year, pal, to reflect and remember.
Always is. Aye, and listen, you know, you get a lot of ribbon on here, but everybody gets it. You know what I mean? Everybody gets it at some point. Bridgeman, didn't they? That's what it's all about. We all get it.
Oh, and it's wonderful to get it too. Wonderful.
I'm thinking about that 69.
Aye. Wonderful to get it. You better tell my missus that.
You better show her that on YouTube, Davy. Happy 69 his name was.
I tell you, that's a nice cream cone with chocolate on top of it.
Maybe that's where you're going wrong, Davy.
That's why you're not getting it.
I know bad name. Alex, what show's on here? He's a respectable character.
Of course.
Don't be ridiculous now. Don't be ridiculous.
Right, you've got to laugh, Alex. Felicia, you've got to laugh, haven't you?
Brilliant, man. That's what it's all about. It's absolutely fantastic. Everybody's upbeat and we're all laughing. Could be worse, you could be the other way. Oh, sad about the team, the full lot. Everyone looks good. Rosie in the camp now. As I say, it goes down to because of the football team is for our love for Rangers football. That brings us all together first and foremost. Yeah. And we're one big happy family. Through a lot of hard times, everybody. Not just the football side, it personally and that, everybody else has things to put up with the COVID and that. And this show definitely takes us and it helps everybody. Thanks very much. Thank you.
No, not at all, mate. Not at all. It's a pleasure. It's a hobby and it's a pleasure, and you get to know some smashing people on here. It's and people that you've had things in common with, maybe stayed round the corner for you, and you don't know, and that's what it's done to Rangers Radio, people's lives that passed, crossed paths, and then all of a sudden they became friends. It's fantastic. But listen, Jaffa,
yes,
the upbeatness comes through a football team. When our team's doing well, as sad as we are, we're all upbeat. When our team's not doing so well, we're a wee bit down in the dumps. It's a curse we've got. It's called Rangers. But when you look at when the European coefficients come out and what we've done in the last 3.5 years, it's nothing short of remarkable.
It's outstanding, Ox. I mean, it really is where we've come from. When you look back at those, and I think a few of the guys online, some of the tech guys that are out there, they put all that kind of stuff up, and it circulates round about all our Twitter accounts and what have you. Some of the stuff, and you look where the numbers where we've come from, it's insane, Ox. It is absolutely insane. We have done, and thanks to a lot of that to Steven Gerrard and the guys before. But Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, I'm 100% sure he's going to carry that on and take us to new places. And last night was just another stepping stone towards that. And we've got a great February to look forward to, and we've got the draw on Monday. Rangers are in a great place just now, Ox. We really are top of the league. We just need to keep it going. Long may it continue.
You hear, Andy? We're in a good place.
Oh, absolutely fantastic place at the moment. Long may it continue. And the thing that he was just saying there, right enough about showing that, yeah, close it's happening. I like him all week, right enough. But see, even when we were down in all the years and all, not one of us ever thought of turning their back on us. And that's why we belong together. That's why we are this big Rangers family. So, we'll go off and win when I'm the same as everybody else. We get beat. You do your nut and all that, but never once, as I said to you before, ever wavered from me. I love Rangers more than I loved them then, and I didn't think I could do that, but I do. So no, it's great. The show's fantastic as well. I swing by that all the time.
You could learn a lot for this next guy I'm going to bring in. He never gets too up or too down when we have a bad result. Robert Weatherall.
Have you not noticed I've mellowed this season compared to last year? I've mellowed. I think we're in a great place, and I think after Sunday we'll be in an even better place because I'm really confident. I think this will be El Buffalo's game. He's going to get 2, Ryan Kent. Rangers 3-1 on Sunday, and as I said in a previous show, then we'll hopefully win the 3 games at Ibrox, go and beat the Sheep, and then go down the East End of Glasgow on the 2nd of January. One of the 8 games. I know it's a lot to ask for, but one of the games and the league's yours.
Alex Kelly, and you come, mate?
Just quickly there, I thought you were being a wee bit harsh on the Japanese boy Kyogo. He's only being a diver. He's only following in his granddad's footsteps, because he was a kamikaze pilot. Who's a kamikaze pilot? Dive.
Was that not the submarines that done that? Right, okay. You better not get a book to the club. Comedian and singer, you are not. Right,
I'll let the committee know.
Yeah, in the committee. Right. Well, by the way, remarkably, we've reached that time in the evening. I don't know where the times went, Jaffa.
Oh, brilliant show, Ox. I don't. My face is the water's running down my face here. Great show, lads. Thanks for having me on Rangers Radio. Love being on it. I love the patter and the chat with all the boys and the opinions. Great to talk about everything that is red, white, and blue. Love it.
Well, here. Well, we need to go to Bridge, man.
Oh, what can I say? Oh, what a fantastic evening. Wow, wonderful. In the last half an hour, been absolutely non-stop hilarious. Absolutely fabulous. I just love it. Well, after last night, aren't we a happy bunch? But believe you me, biggest game of the season is coming up on Sunday, and we've got to be ready for them. We have to be ready. So everybody, all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here, everybody, please keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us now. On Sunday, keep it going.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
We've got Oxger, Bridgeman, JFK and Foxy on technicals, old school blue. Rangers Radio through and through. And they're putting on a show for you. Merry Christmas, Rangers Radio, and to your listeners all over the world. We are the people.
Absolutely. First class.
Number one.
Brilliant.
Bridgeman, you'll master that.
Can I thank all the callers tonight? Jock all the way from France, who called in. Oh, dear. I closed it. I think all the
I'm greeting here.
I think all the callers tonight, particularly Alex Kelly, who stole the show. Thanks to everybody for taking the time to call us. Good laugh. Thanks to Bridgeman and Jeff for doing the show. Yes, mate.
Can I just say one word before we all go? The word we're looking for is harmony.
Good word, mate.
That's the word.
Good word, mate.
As long as we've got that in your heart, you'll always go on.
Cheers, Davey. Wise words.
Well said, Davey.
Well said. Can I thank all the callers? Good laugh tonight. Good comments, and hopefully we get a result on Sunday. Thanks to Jaffin and Bridgeman for joining us on the show. Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. Everybody listening on Rangers Radio, we thank you. We'll be back at 11 o'clock, Fox's favourite time, with a pre-match show and a build-up to a victory at Tynecastle. Thanks for listening. Please stay safe. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Now there's a pub in Green Street where all good proddies you will meet. So come down here and together we'll have a jab. A welcome there you will receive, so good that you won't want to leave. A fine wee pub is Saltcoats Mermaid Bar. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. We all support the Queen and Crown. The prices here are the best in town. The bar staff, they are one terrific crew. Everyone laughing, full of cheer. It's one tremendous atmosphere, singing to support the red, white and blue. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. It's nice to come to the Mermaid Bar when Rangers are playing at Tybridge Park. You'll forget your worries and all your cares, singing songs against the tunes before you watch the Rangers win. For everyone here supports the Teddy Bears. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. If you are up from Belfast town, Tyrone, Fermanagh or County Down, Armagh, Antrim or London, Derry shores, the Mermaid is the place for you, so come and have a drink or two. Next time in Saltcoats you'll want to come back for more. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy, as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. You'll hear the sash and Derry's walls, just like in your own wee orange halls. The banter here you will enjoy as long as you're a proddy boy. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all. A good time in the Mermaid is had by one and all.